Good morning, everybody. It is Tammy with Stampin' Scrap Tammy. I will be right with you in just a minute. I was sure to be on time today, so I was just putting my camera in the holder, realized I needed some coffee, but my computer went right to 11. I'm like, I'm just going to hit start, and then I'm going to get my coffee, and then I'll be right back. All right, so hello everybody again, Tammy with Stampin' Scrap Tammy with our Facebook Live. Today is going to be a pretty fun one, per usual. Since I'm on time, I'm going to use that excuse. I'm not ready, I'm not organized, everything's kind of all over the place, but I've got a super cute project, and we are using, I keep calling it the Playful Pets, which I think you can, but I believe the proper name for this suite that I'm going to use today is Pampered Pets. So Pampered, Playful, they're close enough. You get the idea when I talk about it. So I'm going to show you a scrapbook page. I'm going to finish it up as I'm talking when we get started. And then I'm going to share with you a really easy fun fold. So that, I guess I've been sharing a lot of fun folds recently. And then I'll share with you the other cards from the class that we did the other day. So you're welcome to take some screenshots of them, to recreate them yourself. Or I'm going to be sharing a link, and I actually did earlier when I reminded that we were going live at 11. I shared the link. If you'd like to order this class, I reopened it. I wasn't quite ready to say goodbye to it yet, and I'm going to keep registration open until Monday, and then the new purchase kits will go out next Friday. And so I'm super excited to continue to offer this class for just a few more days because it's so fun. It was so successful, and I just love it. The puppies and the kitties, and it's just so stinking cute that I just can't, not pass it along and share it, because I didn't have all of the samples made last week for the live to share with you, to really show you what the class was all going to be about. Because I was busy last week. Did you guys see that, how busy I was last week? And now this week it's like a walk in the park. I got time to do some scrapbooking, and, I think I'm going to clean the house, things like that. So anyways, we're going to get to work. I hope you guys are all joining us, and make sure you, there's always Prize Patrol linked to these videos. So like, share, comment as many times as you want. Make sure you give me thumbs up and hearts, and, especially with these puppies, how can you go wrong on these puppies? Okay, so we're going to be able to see what we're doing here. Hope that's not it. Okay, here it is. Hoping that my sound doesn't go on. It just never wants me to see the comments from you all. I'd like to see them so I could say good morning and hello to everybody. So here I can see them. Okay, so here's a few of you. So we have Linda and Carrie and Cheryl. So Carrie, I should share, I don't know, hold it, I'm going to grab this because Carrie might want to see it. I don't know if she saw the video. So on Saturday, I did a virtual retreat where I was like a vendor, another group planned it, and I just came in and did their welcome message, the make and takes, and then I did their closing message. And I made a scrapbook page on Saturday too, so I have to share that. So I don't know if this would embarrass Carrie or not. I don't think so. It's a really cute picture, so hold on. And then when I come back, I'm going to face it down, and we're going to get started on the projects. Okay, I'm coming back. All right, so you know what? I don't know if you can see it in screen. Yes, you can. So one thing I'm going to point out, I had 3 people actually message me because my room was clean the other day, and they were wondering about some of my storage here. So the storage, the marker here, this is the Stampin' Blends storage. It is from Stampin' Up. And then same with the ink pad holders, and you can put a marker in there. And then I don't know if you can see this on here. Maybe if I move it just a little bit, you can see this little cube here too. So there's a different storage system from Stampin' Up that you can order. So it's I think it's called Storage by Stampin' Up if you search it. And so I just had a few questions on that, and so it's all from Stampin' Up. What's nice is that you purchase it in sections. So you don't have to buy that all at one time. You can buy just small sections of it and then stack them up as you continue to collect the markers. And, I was pointing at the ink pads that maybe you can't even see, but anyways, so that's what that's all about. All right, let's get to it. I can show that when we're down, or maybe not. Should I show this? I'm just kind of like showing all my stuff off today. All right, look at this. Is this not the cutest thing ever? So I have foam phone cases. I have a clear phone case, and I'm changing my designer series paper to match whatever class that I'm doing. Isn't that so fun? So on Monday when we did Playful Pets, somebody asked what we were doing for cards and coffee yesterday, and I said, I don't know. Let me check what phone cases I have cut out, and we'll have to see. So anyways, that's just taking my paper crafting to another level of crazy and my passion for the paper. All right, so I'll try to go a little bit slow here. Okay, so here is the scrapbook page I made on Saturday. And I don't know if I have, oh, I have that too. Let me show you one more thing. So they had just the cutest little retreat pack. So they got a little box like this and it had a bunch of goodies in it. And then their initial. And then they had this card. And then there was 2 other cards too that were included. But it all coordinated with this Playful Patterns designer series paper, which is part of the designer series paper sale that goes until the end of the month. And so all of the papers actually that I'm sharing today, and surprise, surprise, I'm going to be sharing some stuff tomorrow too. All of the papers are in that sale. So just kind of fun. So Carrie, here you have it. Look at you. So what I did was, this was Carrie picking up her prize patrol. So I hope I'm not embarrassing you, Carrie. And since it was that day and she was winning a prize, I thought cue the confetti. And that was from that stamp set and added the 2020. So I can pass this on to that group because I know they like to keep record of some of their, or some of the bits and pieces of their event. So I thought that was kind of a cute little deal. And a couple weeks ago, I had shared with you all that I would like to start doing more scrapbooking. So that's really been, I've really been trying to focus on that. And so as you see here, I'll move this aside and start working with today's projects. And so this is the one where I said I wasn't sure if I was going to be on time or not. And so this is just a scrapbook page from leftover scraps from my Pampered Pets class. And I'm going to be completely honest, after making all of those cards last week, I have like no paper left. None. Like I have no black. I only have 8 sheets of red cardstock left. And that's like, you know, so I'm really having to be very conservative with my papers this week. And I have no black. It's all coming. Of course, I have it all ordered. So if you order this class, since I'm opening it back up, don't worry, I have paper coming. It should actually be here today. I did an express ship so I would get it early. I just couldn't wait for it. Okay, and so again, I'm going to just let that ink soak in there. I'm just using basic gray. And so you can see that gray can be a good substitute for black if you don't have it. That's why I have the gray behind there. I'm going to leave it, I'm going to love it, and it's going to work. And so I thought this was great. It is from, I don't have the stamp set here, but A Grand Kid is the stamp set that I used to coordinate with the Playful Pets. And I'm going to be 100% honest. It's just like all about honesty today. I don't even have the Playful Pets stamp set here. So I had to borrow it for class from my friend Gail because I don't know where mine is. I don't know if I borrowed it out. I don't know if it's, you know, it's probably here. I just don't know where. I had the die cuts, but no stamp set. So I accidentally gave it back to her yesterday, not realizing that I would maybe want it for today. And so I might, once I find mine or hers, I might add a little more stamping here. I know there's like some little hearts and stuff, and I think that'll be really adorable, which I can probably look that up in the catalog to share. But the paper is so cute. So I'm just going to finish off this page while we're visiting, and then I'm going to share with you one card today, and I'll just give you a nice view of the other 3 cards that we created. And if you would like to create them and have all the supplies cut out ready for you, that's what that kit is all about. So the kit includes 4 card designs. You get 2 of each, and then you get a half a package of pretty much everything in the suite. A half a package of the ribbon combo pack, which is this black stuff here and this fun stuff here, the real red, and a half a package of the designer series paper, and then these cute little trinkets. Aren't they cute? And after, if you use them how I did, after you're done creating the cards, you would have 2 of them left. So you could certainly create this adorable little scrapbook page. And what I've been doing with my scrapbook pages that I create, especially the ones that are very current pictures, And this is just from last fall. I have been just setting them out or putting them in like a 12 by 12 frame and then using them as a bit of a home decor piece. And then when I have something to replace them, then I can, you know, swap it out and put something new in that frame and then just slide this into my photo album or scrapbook album. And then we're just going to add a bow to that. I'm going to do a double bow on this just because I think a little extra fluffy on this will look nice. And then I'll add that little heart. I could do the heart or the bone, but I think since I I stamped "You Are So Loved," that's what I'm going to do for that. So if you see here what I'm doing, if I can get this to work, I just doubled it up. So let me show you that again, okay? So I just doubled over my ribbon. This was very mind-blowing to me at one point. We were at I was at a retreat, a demonstrator retreat kind of thing. And they had this double bow and I was like, wow, how did they do that? And it was my friend Kim. And I'm like, Kim, how did they do that? And she's like, Tammy, they just took 2 strings. It's not that difficult. And I thought, oh my goodness, that was so obvious, but yet just so, I don't know. It was just mind blowing to me how amazing that was. So it doesn't have to be difficult to be amazing. So I thought that, I mean, then I did that double bow thing for forever. All right, so then I'm just going to clip these off, attach it with a glue dot, and then we're going to move into our fun fold card, which I wish I knew. It was shared with me. Someone just sent me a snippet of a video and said, you might like to do this, and it had no name on it. So I do not know who the original creator is. I switched it up a little bit, but so it wasn't my original design, and it's a layout I've seen before. And I've actually used it before too with a couple of years ago actually. And now that I've used it again, I have a few things in mind that I would like to do with it. I'm going to attach 2 glue dots because it's going to get a little bit heavy after I add on my heart. And I'm going to add that on. You can do it with this stuff here. Well, I will do it with that stuff just to show you. And I like to snip the end right away and try to get it in there as fast as possible because it is kind of, it's kind of tricky because it does like to fray a little bit, but you could always grab a different, like a little piece of baker's twine or something too, if you have trouble getting it through there. But oh, look at that. I couldn't have asked for that to happen any better. And then all I'm going to do is loop it around in my bow. And I probably could have done that before I attached the bow, but I didn't. So we'll just make it work. Some way, somehow, it always works out. Like I said, I decided at about 10:30. I do all these last minute things, you know, because what happens is I get kind of pretty much ready for all this. And then, you know, it's not time to start yet. So then I start another project, or then I start getting ideas, you know. And, you know, sometimes they're good ideas, sometimes I don't know so much. But I think this today was a pretty good idea. What do you all think? Especially when now, look at that. So now I have another scrapbook page. I am just flying these scrapbook pages out of here. So here we go. See, and I'm even like scrapbooking other people. I've got that scrapbook page I can pass along to Carrie, or that scrapbooking group, or I might just keep it because it's cute. All right, so here we are, a cute little scrapbook page. I can go back and add some little paw prints there, but if I don't, I think it looks perfect just as it is. And I just took supplies from the cards that I made and added them on is all I did. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the cards. I'll just share with you the cards that we made. And I gotta find the one I'm gonna do today. I think it's right here. This is the one I'm gonna do today. And here's another card. I was debating on if I was gonna do this one or the other picture. They had little twins hats on from back. It wouldn't have been last year because we couldn't go to twins games last summer, or this, you know, past year, but it would have been the year before. Must have been like a little free gift that they got. Okay, so this is a card that we made. This is part of the card class. And then look at this one. So this is what we called Happy Dog, and we called it Grouchy Dog, or kind of Snooty Dog, don't you think? Those dogs are so cute. And then we did this little fun fold, which this one is the one I shared a few weeks ago. And so in the kits, I do have the designer series paper cut out for you for 1 cat and 1 dog. Now you're going to have your own designer series paper if you purchase the kit that you can decide and pick whatever you would like. Same with these. So the designer series paper is cut for you. And then you get an additional 6 sheets of it too that you can then, you know, create your own projects or swap out from what I have included in your kit. So here are the papers. Let me just share with you. And you absolutely do not have to purchase a kit to get any of these products. You can just order them online as well and save 15% on this paper right now. So it's like $9. So it's great value. And if you purchase a whole pack, you get 12. So 2 of each. Look at those kitties. So there's 2 different, I think there's 2 different pages of cats. There is. Let me show those together. So look at that. Isn't that adorable? So these are like the kittens, and then these are the cats. So you got kind of the chubby cat. And it looks like we kind of cover all cat personalities here. And then same with the dogs. We've got the more big dogs, the larger breed dogs. Like this one just makes me laugh. That's pretty funny. And then we've got these cute little dogs where we got Happy Dog and the little whatever dog, the kind of snooty dog. And then this one makes me laugh too. It's just hilarious. Okay, so I could just like look at this paper or like, you know, put it in a picture frame, just hang it up. Anyways. And most of you know that I recently have a love of my dogs, that I haven't always felt this way about my dogs until I have been at home with them every day. And now I just can't get enough of them. So when this week came up, it was one of the first ones I ordered. And now I love it. I can't believe it's taken me, June to now to use this set. So what I'm going to share with you is the next card. And so these are super cute if you want to take a look at them. Like I said, I want you to be able to, you know, even if you don't want to purchase the kit, that's just fine. I want you to have success when you stamp. So I want to share with you these designs so that if you would like to recreate them, you certainly can. You'll just have to eyeball them. And then when you do purchase the kit, and I actually printed this so that I could look at my own measurements today. So when I show you the next card, I don't have to, well, I'll probably still say it and say like last week, if you were watching, when I did odd measurements, I didn't know the names of them. I think Mary Alice was telling me what the measurements were because I was saying just 1/8 and a notch, and I still will. And I had some pretty positive feedback from my and a notch conversation from more than one person that said they appreciated my honesty, that I'm not exactly sure how to operate my ruler, as they aren't either. So I want you all to be comfortable. So here's the tutorial here. So you do get a full tutorial. Each card is listed. I did share the first page here too. So you can even take a look at those for your designs. But I have a full, this is what my tutorials look like. So if you're kind of curious about it, if I know what I'm talking about or not. And so it goes through each card and gives you very detailed directions, measurements, so that you can be quite successful. And then you could take this layout a year from now and swap it out with other cardstocks, designer series papers that you would like. All right. So let's get down to it with the actual card. Now that we've done a scrapbook page, I've shared with you some fun projects, and I will bring out all of my supplies to make this card. So this is a super fun layout, and it is so easy to do. So at first glance, again, I like to speak to the beginner stampers quite a bit. You avid stampers, this is like, you could do this in your sleep. But if you're new to stamping, like I was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, this would have been so overwhelming, but I would have wanted to do it. But it really would have taken me a lot of courage to do a card like this, because I would be so confused about measuring, scoring, and then putting it together. So I will try to slowly go through this to give you the confidence to try something like this out. In the kits that are going out, everything is cut, scored for you to start to, so you'd have a template to go off of if you were interested in that. All right, so let's bring out our supplies here today. And this is where I am going to bring in the tutorial so that I can share with you a little bit here, so that I can tell you the correct measurements and not just say in a notch. Although maybe I'll do that too, just for fun. Maybe that'll be my new thing. Okay, so what we have here is we have a regular card base. Cut at this is our base, not a regular card base. So I have 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. So what I should do is show you. I'm going to show you on just a smoky slate sheet of paper. So this is an 8.5 by 11, okay? And so here we are. So if you see that, it's just the same, you know, it's a regular size. So it's not as confusing as it looks. And so we're just going to cut it 4 1/4. So really we're just cutting it the other way than what we normally would do, okay? And then I have already scored this one, but I'm going to show you. So I have 4 1/4 by 8.5 is what I have here. And then I'm going to score it at 3 inches. Okay, which you can see, oh, this is from a different project. I do want to save that though. All right, so here we are. And then we're going to score it at 3. And so that is what is going to give us the room down here for our gate. Okay, and so next up, I'm gonna just start building my card. Now I have an 8.5. See, I want it to be able to fold in like a regular card. So I have an 8.5 here, okay, and is 2 3/4 going this way, which this way is not so important. Oh, I better let you see this. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, and on here it is listed 2 ways. What we need to do is we need to score our flaps so that our flaps will work out for us. And what we need to end up with is 4 1/4 in the middle here. And so what we are going to score it at is, I'm looking at my directions here. It's 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. Okay. So 6 3/8 to me is a little bit confusing. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, and this is how I keep it really, really silly simple. What I am going to do, and I lost you guys all on my screen. Okay, so I hope that you guys are all, it looks like you're still there, but it's gone. Like it's gone. Where did it go? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not gonna try to find you too long here, but it looks like we're all still there. The comments are still there. It's just showing like the beginning of my video. So anyways, disregard that. I'll go back and try to respond to you all later. Okay, so here we are. So it's the scoring is 2 1/8 and 6 3/8, but a really easy way to do this, 2 1/8 is a piece of cake, right? 2 1/8. 1/8 is easy for me. Oh, maybe not. I was off a little bit. So that's where we go 2 and a notch, right? Okay, so 2 and a notch, 2 1/8. Now, rather than me trying to find 6 3/8, which is like right here, I think, I'm going to just flip it this way and go this way. So you do whatever works for you. Whatever is going to get you success. And then there we have it. I have my gatefold. So that's all the scoring that we have to worry about. And if I have a bone fold, I can get this all prepared and ready. And so this is the main part. Once you have this all set, now it is just assemble and decorate. Okay, I can see on my comments on my phone. Thanks, Janine. Good, we're still there. It just disappeared on my computer that I like to follow along a little on my computer, and sometimes it just disappears. I don't know what's going on with that. Technology is not necessarily always my friend. So, you know, kind of like the ruler. I just kind of know what I know, and it is what it is. And usually I can figure it out, but it's not always a smooth way to get there. And so I'm going to just adhere that on the bottom. And now I'm just going to place over the top, which I'm going to stamp that. So I don't want to do that just quite yet. And so let's go over the inside. Hopefully I have the insides. Is that for the right card? Yes, it is. And so you could make this into kind of a kitty theme, or you can do the puppies, which I'm just going to stick with the puppies since I have a scrapbook page already of that. I'm just going to stick with that theme. And so I'm going to adhere these. And so now we're just going down by 1/4 of an inch. So this was, let me see here. I should have written Post-its on these. Actually, I had them. Okay, so our black is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So here we go. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 for our black, basic black paper. And then our designer series paper would be 2.5 by 3.5. So very easy to remember. You see me fumbling? I'm like losing my papers right in front of me. Oh goodness. I wish I could count how many things I lost last week while I was getting all those projects ready. And then I'll just adhere that together. And let's just go ahead and put it right onto our card right away as well. And then let's do the bottom part. And so this is where we get a little bit tricky as well because of our measurements here. You just have to make it a nice even around. I'm going to view a glance at my tutorial to tell you which sizes we want. So we would like 2 pieces of basic black at 1 3/4 by 2 1/2, and then 1 1/2 by 2 1/4 for these next layers. So this really used up a lot of little scraps that I had. So I created this card last, knowing that I would have many little pieces left over. And I was really trying to conserve my paper by this point because I was really reaching to find black paper on Sunday when I finished up preparing for this class. But not to worry, I have more coming. And so this one is going to have a little different look because I'm putting the other side of the designer series. This has like all cute little words that have to do with dogs, like dig, chase, scratch, wag, play, woof, you know, so all kinds of fun stuff if you'd like to read them all. And then we need to do a little bit of stamping and then just polish off our assembly. And so this is where, again, I use the Grand Kid stamp set because it had some beautiful words in it that I thought were fitting, that matched very nice, because this set kind of reminded me of something that you would probably give a child or somebody, or an absolute dog lover, or if you maybe you give dogs, you know, like your grand dogs, or if you have a dog, you give them a card for their birthday. Why wouldn't you? And so what I do want to share, because, you know, I should have shared the stamp set with you. It's kind of silly that I didn't do that. I don't remember what page it was on. See if I can find it. So this is the annual catalog. I had no plans to bring this out. I had to grab it from my shelf. Make you take a look at this as I try to find it myself. Now look at the die cuts, and this is where I look to find the page number. So page 42 is where we're going to see the whole kit and caboodle. Kit and caboodle. Yeah, that's funny. You get that? I didn't even try that. So 42 is where it's going to show us all of the supplies. And you, of course, you can view this suite online. So this is everything in that suite. But here's the stamp set. Since I don't have it to show you, I should show it to you from the catalog. So here's the stamp set. I hope your day's a real treat. And then kind of a pet sympathy, which is kind of nice to have a stamp for that because our pets are so important to us. If you have a friend or family member that loses their pet, it would be nice to send them a card. And any of these layouts would transfer into that quite well. But again, I added a Grand Kid as a stamp set to use for this because it is a class for birthday club. And so, of course, you can add any other sentiments that you would like. I leave these pretty open so that you can, you know, be successful with something that maybe you have, or maybe you just like a different stamp set to put in here for your sentiments. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the happy birthday. And on the outside, what I want to write is "You are so loved." I keep saying write. I'm not writing anything. I'm stamping. So I'm going to stamp the "You are so loved" for my outside here. And I'm just doing it in basic gray today. Again, let that ink soak in a little bit and tap it off of there. And here, now we just finished it up. And so now I'm going to put that in the inside, and then you won't even see where our lines are, our seam is from adding that gate. And so when I first saw this card, what I thought was that this was one sheet of paper and they somehow crazy cut it out this way, which I think you could, but why would you do that when you can do it this way just so easily? And so that's why it was so intimidating to me when I started this, doing this layout, you know, a number of years ago, was because I just didn't understand how you would cut that off of the piece of paper. And now that I've done it this way, I wonder why you ever would, because this is just so much easier. And so a couple more things we have to do. I did use my stitched shape dies. There's squares, circles, and ovals for the stitching. And then I used my scalloped square. So these all nest together. So our circles, squares, and ovals all nest with these stitch dies quite well. So it just kind of leaves that little scallop sneaking out of there. And there's larger sizes if you want to have more, but I like that one. And so we're going to just, you can adhere this to either side. I think on my first card, I adhered it to this side because that's where I taped. So let's adhere this one to the other side. Then we'll have one of each. And that's the trick, is to remember just to put adhesive on one side when you're doing a little gate like this. And if you accidentally glue the other side too, all you have to do is take another square and put it here to cover where you put that adhesive. Trust me, I've done that plenty of times. I mentioned this last week, and if you've been stamping for a long time, I'm sure you have too. And one more thing we want to add is we got to add one of those cute little bone embellishments. And so we'll grab our real red ribbon. Oh, looks like I'm almost out. And I'm going to tie a bow on here. I will bring back in the cards for one last good look at them when I'm through here. And then we're going to get on with our day. Try to think of what I have to do today. I'm going to get our email ready for tomorrow. So tomorrow's email is going to have a free tutorial as always. If you have not yet joined my email list, make sure you do by next week. I mean, by tomorrow would be best because then you'll get this week's. It has all the information of all the events I have going on, any specials, and then every week a free tutorial. And you know what I'm going to leave on there until the end of the month, or not the month, until Christmas, because you might want to go back and do that, is those gift boxes that we did a few weeks ago where I have the measurements. Because why wouldn't you want to look back on that once you start, you know, it's probably we're thinking Christmas cards, but not quite thinking Christmas gifts. But if come the middle of December, you want to recreate those boxes, I want you to be able to have the email to do that. So I'm going to keep that little box direction measurements up on the weekly email until Christmas. But next week is going to be the big free One Sheet Wonder tutorial where I have the 9-card tutorial to share with you. So you're going to want to get on that email list before next Thursday so that you can get that free tutorial. And it's printable. You can recreate it as many times as you want. It's beautiful. It does not disappoint. I mean, it's pretty enough just to print off and put in a binder and look at it. It's that pretty. All right, and so look at that. So you can leave that as long as you like. I think I'm going to leave that one fairly long. And then let's just add a little bone to this one. These embellishments are just absolutely stunning. And let's see if oh, look at that. Twice in a row, I got it right through without any trouble at all. And let's just snip that off. I am using just a random scissors I have. I don't know where all my snips went. I had to go in the drawer upstairs and find a different scissors. I'm still unpacking from the weekend, so I know they're in there somewhere. I just got to find them. Okay, and let's go ahead and I'm just going to tie a knot. That's all I'm going to do, nothing fancy. And something I can do at the end if I want that bone to lay nice and flat is I am going to put a little glue dot and then it'll stay in place. So these little bones and this ribbon would be great for little treat packaging too if you're giving a gift to a dog and you want to make a little tag. Now, I wouldn't give the dog the tag. I would make sure the owner would take the tag off of whatever the treat is, but it would be a really cute way to add a little touch to your treat packaging or gift packaging for a pet. And I do keep saying dogs. It could be a cat because you could make this into little kitty cards. And oh, my glue dot does not want to stay. I'm trying to use my take a pick to be more efficient, and it doesn't turn out I'm being more efficient today. All right, so let's try that again. And let's just flip this around. There, better if I put it right on the metal. And then I gotta flip it the other way. And that's gonna finish off our card for today. I hope that you found that relatively easy to follow along. Isn't that cute? Oh, it's not staying. I think it just wants to hang in place there. There we go. I think the other one, I left it a little more loose, so it is just hanging down a little more. And I used the heart. So I I used a bow in there, which I maybe should have used a heart there. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. They're both adorable. And so that's the cards for today to share. Oh, tomorrow. I said I was going to share with you tomorrow. Something I'd like to do, or I'm going to start doing, is the Thursday after Cards and Coffee class, I am going to share with you and stamp with you the Cards and Coffee cards. So I will be on a live video. I don't have the time just yet tomorrow. I'm thinking it's going to be right around 11 o'clock again. But I will post in the morning, and then I'll post when I'm a little bit, a few minutes out, so that you can follow along if you'd like. But I'm going to share with you these cards. These are the cards that we made at Cards and Coffee, and then you will have the opportunity tomorrow to get all of these cards. Of course, we made another little gatefold puppy, and there should be 2 more here. And I have 2 more cards. So just so you know, there's 2 more that I'm going to share tomorrow morning. Oh, I know what they are. They're under here. They're under my scoring board. So we have the Pampered Pets card. I brought back the Ornate Garden and the Designer Series paper from the Peony, or Peony, however you say that, Designer Series. And then this one I'm not going to make. I'll just share with you because I made it last week with the Snowflake Splendor Suite. And then this is a note card. And then I made a lovely Christmas card. So these, if you purchase, you'll be able to get these free. I'll announce all of that tomorrow during the live. And we'll just say we'll be live at 11 tomorrow. It'll be something new. I will be sharing every month. My Cards and Coffee is the last Tuesday of the month. So whatever, it'll either be the last Thursday or the first Thursday of the month, depending on the month. But anyway, so if you want to see these being stamped tomorrow, be sure to tune in, and then you have the opportunity to get these for free. All right, everybody. Excuse me. I hope you loved today's projects and just looking at all this cuteness, and that you will join us tomorrow if you can. Otherwise, for sure, be back next week, Wednesday at 11. Never miss a Wednesday at 11 time. And that's it. That's all I have for today. So be sure to like, share, comment, and you will be entered for a prize patrol. I truly, truly appreciate all of your kind words in the comments. I didn't even have time to read last week's comments because I was just so busy. So hopefully I can get back to that. But I was able to read them. I didn't have time to follow up and comment back. But I just love seeing them. It inspires me to continue to do this every day and share with you and, come up with all these fun projects. Okay, I'm going to close there, and have a great day, everybody. We will see you all very soon. Take care.